Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Silver State RC Adventures. Just here to do my 2-week review here with the Element RC Enduro Senduro HD trail truck. Had it, like I said, for a couple weeks now. Drove it around stock a little bit, and some of the electronics I added, and then some of the upgrades that I added. So just kind of want to give you a good insight of what it's like going from a box stock to making little tweaks and changes here and there to your truck to your liking and things like that. And yeah, and then stay tuned afterwards. Do have a nice little run video with this truck after I did make some of the modifications and tweaks that I needed to make it more suitable for me. Start off with the nice clean little body here. We added a 4-inch Proline LED light bar here. I went ahead and put the little antenna right up there. Trying to find a spot for the CB radio antenna next, and one of the little mini GoPros that this provides as well. Added the Magnum Flow exhaust here. And then yeah, just a bunch of nice little cool little stickers that this thing comes along with here. You know, I've got all the cool little sponsors, you know, MagnaFlow, Makita, Kicker, Area 51 Designs, Factory Team, Method Race Wheels, the little 4x4 off-road sticker with a Bigfoot, U.S. Forestry sticker, the Bigfoot Hunting Team sticker. Went ahead and did like a little Element sticker on the windshield there, kind of like a windshield banner. My forestry pass to get into all the state parks. Back there, Smokey the Bear, Hootie the Owl, keeping things, you know, fun and simple back there. Yeah, racing tire cover with just a tire foam inside to keep things lightweight back there, just to kind of have a scale look instead of adding a bunch of weight back there. Yeah, that's that for that there. Get the lid pulled off and slid right into the bar. And here we are with the lid pulled off there. You can go ahead and see some of the electronics I've done. There is a ProTech 370 TBL black label steering servo in here, which I really like. 600 ounces at 6 volts, 650 ounces at 7.4 volts. So it's a really great strong servo for crawling, and my go-to. So if you need a recommendation, go ahead and give that a shot. Up next, we have the Hobbywing Axe system. This one's going to be 540 with 2700 kV. And when going to this, your stock pinion gear will no longer work with it because that is a 3mm, and this motor shaft is a 5mm. So you do have to get a new pinion. I went with Robinson Racing. Their smallest they offer 17 tooth. And it winds up being very good for this system with this truck and the gearing and everything else that's got going on. Still has some good speed and lots of low-end torque and controllability too, so you just get a nice blend of overall power throughout the whole power range and RPM range and all that other stuff. So really good if you do need a recommendation. On a nice crawler setup, I do recommend the Hobbywing Axe system stuff. Up next, we did the Samix aluminum shock tower hoops here. Went ahead and moved the shocks inwards on those holes right there to just kind of lay them down a little bit. That'll help with dampening and getting some more articulation out of the truck. And then I went ahead and did 35 weight shock oil inside of the shocks now. Slows things up a little bit better, gives it a nice cool fluid motion for my liking and drivability. Also set the preloads to the ride height desire that I would like, and with the proper amount of suspension travel that I want. When it's, you know, sitting just rested, it'll have about half, if not maybe just a little bit over half going downwards, and then provides some good up travel too. Front end's about half to maybe just a little bit more than half to kind of counterbalance what the rear is set at. Has a little bit more droop to it, up travel and down travel too, so it really helps out when it comes to crawling and just floating along the trails, giving it a realistic suspension look instead of it just bouncing around like a toy. Up next, what I did was I added the factory team brass hubs here. Just add a little bit of weight in the wheels to keep the contact to the ground a little bit better when going through some obstacles. And from there I added the Samix aluminum hexes. Kept the standard 6mm width there, so I didn't have them poke out or anymore. That way they can stay within the fender wells in the front end there. Then I added these red Samex aluminum diff covers just to go along with the color scheme of the truck there. They look really good front and rear. I like how those looked. Added a good little touch to the truck on the trails. And that's about it right there, upgrades wise. Not much, just some simple little things there just to make me happy and get my truck to sit a little bit better to where I would like it to drive, and a little bit more weight in the wheels to keep it planted better for climbing. These trucks already do well out of the box climbing. They have a little bit more front weight bias than the rear end does, so that way it keeps you planted doing inclines and stuff like that. They're just really well balanced with the shocks already. The shocks are always, just really nice for this truck, and you can just change them to how you'd like them for your specifications. But out of the box, I mean, they're pretty solid. Little spring adjustments here and there and stuff like that, but they'll do great. And then, once you start going in, just adding little tidbits here and there like that, you just make it that much more better than they already are out of the box. So if you guys are just looking for new trucks, something to try, getting into the hobby, or if you haven't tried one yet, the Element lineup with their Enduro trucks are very fun, very cheap, very interchangeable with the SCX 10.2 with part-wise, so you can find a lot more massive amounts of parts than already what is produced for these trucks aftermarket-wise. So it just gives you a whole lot of creativity and just choices, which is really good when it comes down to an RC truck. But other than that, that would be, I guess, the ending of where I stand with this truck. I don't have any complaints. It's just really well built out of the box, ready to go. So that's why I would just highly recommend it. And now if you would like to stay tuned, I'm going to do a little run video with this truck that has some of the upgrades done to it here. And one of my buddies tagged along. He's got an Element Enduro's builder's kit that he kind of made look like his version of a Sendero HD. It's going to have a hard body Toyota cab with a half cage. And then he's got a lot of brass and the whole thing just fully decked out, aftermarket everything from Samix, along with the Hobbywing system and Protect servo like I do, and adventure pack. And then just, every brass part you can imagine for this truck is on it. So it gives you a good analysis of what something that's fully decked out to something that just has a few touch-up parts here will do on the trail. And you'll be very surprised on the outcome when you're watching the two react on the trails. So stay tuned. Other than that, please like, subscribe, share the content, please. And enjoy your weekend with your trucks, guys. Other than that, have fun.